Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now I'm about to get back into an Eve Echoes video. Now I have played a little bit of Eve already when I jump back on. If you see the first video, you'll notice that the income that I have has greatly increased. And that is just the way that things are as of this moment. Now, one other thing that you will notice is the channel isn't going to be pure Eve. It will never go back to being pure Eve. And that is because there's a lot of things to talk about in Eve. Now, the fact that I'm jumping back in means I'm going to be giving you a quick review on the game. So, for anybody who is brand new and thinking of playing this game for the first time, sorry about that. Here are the big do's and don'ts when it comes to Eve. Do not get into this game if you do not have tons of free time. If you are not a social individual, this is not the game for you. And when I say tons of free time, I mean that this game can consume between 4 hours a day from you to a total of 16 hours. So if you're going to play this game and you're a massive family person, not the best game to be playing. If you're going to play this game and you, say for example, a, a person who is in a high paying job, you have tons of free time on your hands, yeah, this is the right game for you. If you do want to play the pay to win aspect with the heavy time draw into it, it's definitely going to be more rewarding. I cannot deny that. Okay, so let's get into the stuff for the new player. What are the drawbacks on playing this game? As I said, number one is time consuming. If you are going to travel in this game, the simplest of travel takes between 15 to 30 minutes. Now, when I say simple, I mean that's between your major mission areas and anything to do with pushing into the levels that we are in the game right now. As far as I know, everybody can reach tech level 6 on start. Okay. Sorry about that. That's one of my friends from Valheim. As you know, I do play other games on the channel. You can have a look at my channel and see the other games that I play. At current, I'm playing Valheim. I'm trying to play other games as well, but let's not get that side. So one of the things with this game is traveling takes a lot of time. So if you were thinking of downloading this game just to play during your lunch breaks, you can do a mission. Maybe you can do a single mission in your lunch break, but you have to be very specific on what you're going to do, and you have to choose your area of play extremely carefully. For example, the rewards are very low for those close range easy missions. You can make 3 million of each of them, and you can do 3 of them in an hour if you are lucky enough to have 3 in one sector. And there is a very big if. 3 in one, and you can see this game can take hours to load. It's just the game, it's not my device in any way. So yeah, here's the first thing. So playing this game consumes time. As I said, it's a very big time waster. So if you are going to, say for example, hunt missions like I do, the one thing that you're going to find is you're going to jump into these sectors and you're going to end up with hours of time wastage. It is the way that it goes, it's the way that things are. Now you're going to see me jump into this mission and you're going to see me jump at a ridiculously large range of 100. Depending on the type of ship you're in, depending on your weapon system, you can obviously change those limits. Now I'm going to have to change the shield on the ship in particular because the drawbacks to having this large shield system is the power consumption, and the power consumption on this ship is humongous at the moment, and that is just being friendly with the statement humongous. Okay, so yeah, this is just the start of this mission. You can see exactly what's going on as I am pushing through this. It's not that difficult of a mission to start with. Oh boy, this guy is getting close. I need to orbit away from him so that he doesn't hit me. Okay, so yeah, let me get back into the explanation. So for new players, as I said, it's a very time-consuming game. You saw me just take out two ships in a matter of seconds, but you're gonna see that things are gonna slow down. And this is it. The problem is you have travel time in this game, and travel times can be so crazy that you could basically sit here for an hour and you could travel from one point on this game to another point, and that's just about it. And that's it. You literally waste an hour traveling. Or you could jump into a sector, do 10 missions, and make a penance for that hour that you spent. So basically 6 million per hour. If you count that as your 4 hours, that's 24 million a day. 24 million a day times 30, 30 times 24, 600. No, wait, sorry. It's 24 times 3. That's just under 70. That's 68, 680 million a month. Divide that by 2 to give you a Plex costing. That's going to give you about 340 Plex per month. That's not enough to keep you in the prime grade of Plex, not Plex, Omega, sorry. And that is what you want to be. You want to be that maximum Omega level. It makes a difference in the game. So that is the weakness to it if you're going to play the easy sectors. If you're going to play the more dangerous sector, and as I said, that's about 4 hours a day that you want to spend into the game, your traveling is going to consume about an hour. Your mission time is going to be about 2 hours of that, and 1 hour is going to be wastage. When I say wastage, I mean that's repairs, that's picking up items, all of that is counted in a 1 hour wastage. And your reward is somewhere in the range of about 20 to, sorry, no. The standard reward is 20 million from the missions, but there's more in it than just that one reward. You're looking at somewhere in the range of 24 million per mission, and I said you can do two if you are lucky enough to get two of the big missions. If you don't get two big missions, it was probably going to be one very big mission and two smaller missions, which is going to pull you somewhere into the region of 28 million a day. As you can see, it's not that much bigger, but that's just the pure reward in direct ISK. And on top of that, you're going to get bounties and all of the items that you pick up, which is going to push you up to about 32 to 34 million. And yes, that is a much bigger increase from the original. If you count that as what you're going to do a day, 34 million divided by 2, just to give the Plex directly, that's a total of 16 Plex a day. Times that by 30. 16 times 3 is I'm a bit bad today. 48, 480 Plex a month. So that's around where you can be if you do those missions. If you get slightly lucky with drops and rewards in terms of getting bigger and more heavily paying missions, you can actually end up tripling or quadrupling that figure because of the mission unlock rewards. So yeah, that's one of the bonuses to it. When you unlock a mission worth 30 million or 40 million on sales, that's an additional 40 million. It will get you past that 500 Plex mark that's needed to be a max level Plex player, and that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for that. And if you decide to go even heavier, you can be a mission based player, but you need to have a team with you, and that's a crazy aspect for the new player. Now I know that is a bit of a heavy thing to break in for the start of this video. The next thing to talk about is returning players. Oh, where to start? Well, they have balanced the game quite a bit. As you can see, the group items are disabled, so they have made sure that fighting isn't as crazy as it once was. However, this is where I have to apologize to everybody when it comes to this statement. They haven't improved it enough. They've given this game a balance. I will not deny that there's a balance to it, but they have also removed a lot from the game. They've removed the ease of play that once was there. The game has suffered huge losses in player numbers The insurance system isn't balanced enough on its own. The insurance system is a major bonus to us, the player, but it's a major detriment to those more casual builder players. So, builder players, this game isn't really favoring your old mechanic, it hasn't returned. That is the whole gist of what has happened. So, yeah, it's still a great game in its senses, but it's not top class. It's not the very best. I actually could complete this mission a lot faster. I just have to up my firing speed and finish off the fight a little bit quicker. Now, I don't want this mission to take me 30 minutes. I don't want this video to be a 30 minute. I want you to see just one quick fight and have it over and done with. Okay, so what else is there to talk about for the returning player? Well, oh my. Uh, hmm, there's a lot. There is a lot for the returning player. The new aspect to the game might be a game changer. Exploration, yeah, that is something which we might all enjoy if we jump into the game. But there's also the elephant in the room when it comes to that whole aspect being it's a Eve based expansion or an Eve based DLC. So they most likely not going to give us anything spectacular enough to keep us in the game. And I'm really sorry to say that to anybody who really loves the game, but yeah, you know which company we're dealing with. We're not dealing with a top class gaming titan over here. We're talking about the worst of the worst, right? We're talking about Eve. The devs don't listen to what's going on. They do their own things. They mess up the entire situation. They focus on the financials. They don't focus on the growth of the game. That's basic Eve. So yeah, that's exactly what you can expect from the game at the moment. I'm just gonna open the loot quickly. So yeah, that's nothing has changed in that aspect. You're not gonna get a better experience. However, the one thing I can say, moving in and out of this game, this is one of the most social environments for any game I have played in the past few months. Obviously, if you go on to PC, there's games like Call of Duty, Destiny, Ark Survival Evolved. They have a much better community aspect than this game for a much bigger reward than this game. And the grinding and the punishment isn't as heavy or severe as this game for the social aspect. This game has a very good social call to it. It has a very good social network, a very good amount of people in it. But other than that, it's absolute trash. And it's not an aspect of the players, it's an aspect of the devs who are running the game for now. Okay, so moving on, what else is there? The exploration. Is it going to be a great game changer? Is it going to be enough fun for you to get back in this game? Uh, you know what? If you're a PvP ganker, it's going to be amazing for you. If you a casual, it's going to be infuriating, frustrating, and an absolute waste of time. If you someone on the borderline of I don't know whether this is a good game or a trash game, definitely don't play it again. And that is just what I can say about the basics of it. Why am I playing Eve again? To be honest, it's because I have a spot for this game in my heart at the moment. It's what built up most of my YouTube channel. It really did do a number on me in terms of the amount of disappointment that I had with it, but I can't leave it behind. I have to give it a little bit of support every once in a while. And even this negativity that you hear from me is pure support. It's me supporting this game. It needs a bit of a tough love situation so that people get the point across to the devs. But that's just about it. That's the maximum that I can say is wrong with it. I wouldn't go to the point of hating it beyond this, to the point where I say that it's an absolute waste of time. Don't ever download this game. Don't ever play it. As I said, there's conditions where it's right for you. So for the returning player, depending on what you want from the game, what you are looking to get back, that will determine whether or not you're coming back to Eve. Now, my Eve time allocation is literally 2 hours a day. So I'm never going to be a prime candidate for high amounts of ISK. But I am going to be able to climb back into the game if I want to, if I remember my old strategies. And I'm going to do it by the mission strategy. Obviously, I know there's a major expansion coming in, so I'm going to stock up on missions and I'm going to sell them closer to release date. So when that expansion comes in and tons of players flood in the game, people are going to look for the easiest way to get ISK. And that's going to be by taking on missions. I might even take on some missions on my own. To be honest, the easy level 7 missions might be the best for me. Now, obviously, there's one more wave after this. I already know that. As soon as that is done, I'm obviously going to be off on this video. So you have me till then. And I know that I've covered the basics on this. So let's talk about some of the other major aspects for both returning and new players. What is there to look forward to in Eve Echoes beyond all the negative? Well, as you can see, the gameplay experience is trash. The UI and the difficulty level of enemies is nothing to behold. It's nothing worthy of, oh my, wow, this is an incredible game. Now, you're not getting that from this. This game is nowhere near that. I'm taking out that ship purely because it's chasing me. Obviously, there's something which is hitting from a huge distance. One of them is in sniper formation, similar to me. Bye bye. It needs to break into the less than 60k mark to beat me. When there's only 6 left, I will definitely re-engage my auto lock and have everything locked in, so don't stress about that. I've engaged the speed up and come on, knock him out. He's fast, but he's not that fast. And that's it, that ship is gone. You might be wondering why I'm not healing. Well, it's simple. I've got a large healer on me. So it's no use in the short range fight. It's a very good use in the long range. He's in optimal for my ship, so he's going to take huge damage regardless. I don't even have to activate anything. He's going to be destroyed very easily for me. This one is also perfectly positioned. It's inside the lower range of my fall off, so it's going to take huge damage. As you can see. Now, why do I pick up the scrap? Well, this is the whole thing about the scrap. If you harvest your scrap correctly and you dismantle it and hold all of the resources, you can sell the resources for a quick buck. Or you can build things for a quick buck. And Jita is one of the best places to sell because you get the automated market from the how am I going to say this here? You get the automated market from the insurance sales, so you can obviously sell on the pre-made orders at that rate wherever it fits in, and it might be high, it might be low, depending on your own skills. If you have the right skills, it is definitely worth it. If you don't, I wouldn't suggest you going that way. The planetary materials will be murder for you. Oh yeah, it's way out of my range, so I have to up that and drift in a little bit. I just pushed in the afterburner to get that little bit of extra room in. I'm a little bit tired of wasting time with this mission. Whew. So is this a very good reward from this mission? No, this is a terrible reward on this mission. As you can see, I've definitely been playing for a while at the moment. I'd say that this is about a 4 hour wastage for a very low reward. It could be worse, to be honest. It could be far worse. Let's see what else it has to show me. Hmm. It's too close. They were in the optimal range for my ship. They gone. I'm not worried about my shield. It's above 50%, and neither of these ships can take it out, to be honest. Then once I'm done with that, it's a whole lot of retrieval for me, and that's that. So yeah, let me just activate one, and then I'll activate two, and then I will be on my merry way picking up items here. It looks like they've increased the cost on the capacitor for the railguns. It is definitely eating way more of my capacitor than it used to in the past. So yeah, that is something to definitely be careful of if you're jumping back into the game. If you are a returning player, obviously that's something. If you're a new player, it's not going to be that much of a hassle for you. You'll understand exactly what you're doing as you get a grip, but be very careful. The devs have this annoying little habit of altering the ease of the game. They like to make it more difficult than it needs to be in terms of time consumption. They never ever implement any major changes that will reduce time consumption, like auto gathering or anything like that. That is the thing with the game. The devs want you to waste as much time as possible so that you will buy the packages from them instead of earning your way through the game. And it is a wise decision for the devs. I will not take it away from them. They do need to do it to keep themselves afloat. Am I saying that it's a good thing that we are charged for those services? Yes, I am. Because every time that we buy those services, we actually help them stay in business a little bit longer. And if a game that we love is in business for another 20 years, that's 20 years more of enjoyment on our side. So it's a win-win, basically, just by spending that little bit of extra money and having somebody spend that money. And yeah, I know it can get a bit frustrating, but yeah, that's the reality behind it. I understood that, but I didn't understand the balance changes when they wanted to get more greedy. And what I mean by that, I mean when they change the weapon systems around to swap where you are so that you favor their systems. Obviously, I'll never support something like that. It's pointless. And yeah, there we go. It's over. I hope that you all do enjoy. There's going to be a lot more Eve content coming out on my channel. I hope to catch you then, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day.